All right. So, we got some news to talk about early in the morning from Dynamite Comics, who continues to revive a lot of classic Cartoon Network books. And, yeah, this was one I had heard that was coming. This was one that was going to be showing up soon. But I completely forgot about it. I'm going to be honest. I legit forgot that we were getting this as a comic, and that is Captain Planet. The comic will be written by David Propose, who had been doing things like Alien and a few other books. He has also recently been doing Space Ghost, which I really enjoyed. I thoroughly enjoyed the Space Ghost comic, so I really enjoyed that. And I really like where we're going with this. Also, real quick, I didn't know this until I read I was reading the news article, but apparently Dynamite Comics has been printing their books on 70% recycled paper. That probably explains a lot. Like, now that I hear that out loud, I'm like, that probably explains, like, A, why comics take so long to get out, and B, why trades take so long to get out. But at the same time, I'm like, oh, that makes more sense. And also, thank you for recycling. Thank you. That actually, like, I'm a little more at peace with that, knowing that it's like, oh, you're doing your part, Dynamite, to, like, help save the planet. Cool. Okay. Anyway, so this new Captain Planet series will be a reboot of the series. It will not be a continuation, much like how they've been rebooting all the other properties they've had under Cartoon Network. And this one looks really cool. This is basically a modern-day reboot of the show, and will follow... it'll basically follow the original Planeteers, but here Gaia has been kidnapped by Lucian Plunder. Obviously a new take on Luton Plunder. And Captain Planet, as you may have noticed from that image, is pretty different. He's looking a lot different. Here, he's got a beard. The big thing was he's got a beard now, and he's actually got more. He's got more of an earthier body. Like, he's got like rocks and plants growing off of him. He's very much like a Swamp Thing. He's very much got this kind of almost like Swamp Thing vibe to him in this regard. I really do like this kind of this Swamp Thing kind of take on him. While the classic image is pretty cool, don't get me wrong, it's a pretty solid image. At the same time, there's also like this kind of cool new vibe of like a, Captain Planet being more connected to the Earth, because he is of the Earth. He is basically made from elements of the Earth. So I really do like that he's basically going to be more of a organic looking character. So I do like that design. Now, it's really cool to bring out a new Captain Planet comic because, I feel like it's been long overdue that we have a new Captain Planet comic because, the planet is kind of not doing great. I think everyone in the North and everyone here here in the South during, summer, and also especially during another season that starts with a big capital H, can agree there's something very wrong here. So, I really do think, like, it is kind of, it's high time Captain Planet come back and kind of talk about these issues, because these are Captain Planet, especially coming out in this day and age, definitely feels very needed. And I, for one, am really excited to see where they're going to go and what they're going to talk about. And also, like, again, we're going to see, like, Wheeler, Mati, Quan Yi, all the characters, Linka, all of them. We're going to see those characters. And the big opening story arc is that, again, Gaia is missing. And it does make me wonder of how much of Gaia is going to be good. Because Gaia has every right to be, like, kind of jaded and feel wrong after everything that has happened to her planet. Like, she has basically been, like she's just been fucked over. And I wonder how much of that's going to transition here. The other thing I'm looking forward to is how they're going to redo the villains. Obviously, we have a new version of Luton Plunder with Lucian Plunder. So it makes me wonder if we're going to see, like, we're gonna see Blight, or are we gonna see the one I'm really excited to see? I really can't wait for this new version. Also, if you've been wondering why the lighting is so bad here, because there's fucking rain going outside. I can't control that. I don't know why I decided to bring that up 5 minutes into the video, but whatever. The one villain I'm looking most forward to seeing this new version of is Verminius Scum. I am so excited to see what they'll do with Verminius Scum. He was probably one of my favorite villains of the show. To see that, to see what they'll do with him. Obviously, he was voiced by Jeff Goldblum, and wrap your head around that one real quick. But yeah, to see what kind of how they'll make him more like gross and disgusting. I can't wait to see what they'll do. I imagine they'll make Verminius Scum more of a horror character. I really do feel like they could easily make Verminius Scum a more of a horror character. And I do think that they'll probably, transition a lot of these villains to be a little more, like, connected to not eco-terrorism, excuse me, but, like, big corporations and other things. Because I do feel like, Propose even said in the interview that these villains are going to be, like, used to tackle other major issues throughout several stories. Like, they are going to be used, to represent different kind of evils that are kind of plaguing the planet right now. So I imagine one of them's going to be, like, very social media based. I'm gonna say that. I'm gonna guess. I'm not gonna say who it is, but I do. I'm pretty sure we're gonna get a Tech Bro rendition of a classic villain at some point. You might know which one I'm talking about. I'm not gonna say. But yeah, I'm really excited to see what they'll do with Captain Planet. I think it's cool, and again, I think it's kind of high time we get a new Captain Planet comic. And it does make me hope, like, what other classic cartoons could get the Dynamite comic treatment? It really does make me feel like, and I might do this as a whole video at some point, but there are other like, now that we're doing from the 90s, like we're pulling from the 90s cartoons. Could there be chance of other certain, like, late 80s, 90s era Cartoon Network cartoons that could get renditions? I mean, obviously you had Powerpuff Girls, and Samurai Jack, and you've got, but I'm talking of other cartoons that I think could really benefit from a comic book reboot. I'm talking like Centurions. I'm talking like Pirates of Darkwater. Do y'all remember Pirates of Darkwater? Like, how cool, like, that show was pretty awesome and left unfinished, so it would be kind of cool to do a comic book continuation of Pirates of Darkwater. And then you have, like, SWAT Cats. How cool would it be to have a new comic book series that reboots a comic book reboot of SWAT Cats? I know there's supposed to be a new show that every year, every single goddamn time, we hear about, that SWAT Cats reboot is coming out anytime soon. It's gonna be coming, and it never shows up. Like, it never delivers. Like your dad who went out to get milk and never came back. It never shows up, even though you hold out just the slightest amount of hope that it'll come, right? Anyway, so I am beyond excited to see where this goes. I am very Captain Planet. I know I said already, but I need to say again. Having a Captain Planet comic come out, especially in this day and age, is really needed. And I'm very excited. I like the new design. I like this new take, and I wonder where we're going to go with the Planeteers themselves. Hopefully Mati won't be completely useless. I know that's a running joke, but let's be real. It's a very apt joke. It's not like with Krillin, like there's always a joke like, oh, Krillin's useless. Really? Because I can point to many times where Krillin helped save the world, and also he got Android 18. That's the ultimate I win story for everybody, against everybody. That's every argument. You could just say, yeah, Krillin got 18 though. Got Android 18. Sorry, I should preference. He got Android 18. What the fuck you doing with your life? But Mati, God, Mati really, like, the memes and the jokes for all these years, they are really apt, because when you rewatch that show, you're like, ooh, yeah, you are pretty useless. So, hopefully David Propose will fix that. Anyway, so you guys tell me in the comments below, what do you guys think of the Captain Planet reboot comic? Are you guys excited? Are you guys not? And what characters are you hoping to see in, like, new renditions of? Just comment below, let me know. Other than that, hope y'all enjoyed this. I'm Mr. Multiverse. I'll see you next time in the Multiverse.